Ke nna Motshabeng moradi wa Albertina, Mama Chona le Joseph Mbutana Moloi. Ke le lekgolokwe le hlaba kotswana, le hlaba kgoka le mao ka sebonong, le hlaba le isa kgorong ha mapapane. Mapapane a eja a e halala, a re kgutla hape o e eketsa, motho wa o etse.
Welcome to the Journey with Mpho podcast, a sacred space for healing, love, and rediscovering your life purpose. Introducing your host, Mpho.
Okay, let's start off with a mic check. Does this sound good? Does this sound good? I should stop clicking my mouth, my tongue in the mic. I thought we'd start off today's sound check with some singing bowl tunes. So here goes. Okay. Hello, Journey with Mpho friends and family. I am womaning today's episode solo. What better way to welcome International Women's Month than this? As you may or may not know, the world recently celebrated International Women's Day on March 8th. And with our global community's increasing desire to theme every month of the year, I cannot help but wonder, why? Why are we obsessed with dedicating days or months of the year to things that should be highlighted and or celebrated all the time, regardless of the day or month? Let me ask you guys these questions. Do Black people's stories and businesses only deserve a spotlight in the shortest month of the year? Does Black excellence only happen in February? What about love? Should we feel unwanted or lonely whenever our loved ones cannot or choose not to do something special on Valentine's Day? Is it appropriate to wait for Mother's Day or Father's Day to appreciate our parents' commitment to our livelihoods? And now we're at a point of theming March as International Women's Month, dedicated to celebrating the social, economic, cultural, and political achievements of women. So, sticking to the sub-theme of this year's International Women's Day, which is Choose to Challenge. My challenge to you is to be wary of the distasteful capitalism tactics aimed at profiting from matters we care deeply about. This mini rant is about how we can continue to consciously show and give intentional gratitude, to show appreciation at every given chance because you feel called to do so, not because our capitalist society deems it necessary or appropriate. My challenge to you is that you find moments to hold yourself and others in a deep sense of gratitude. For once, ask to speak to the manager about the waiter or waitress who was really great, made awesome meal recommendations, and frequently checked in on your table. Speak to managers about the grocery store employee who walked you to the aisle where your item was. The call center representative who helped you resolve an issue you had been trying to get resolved for days or even weeks. Hold these seemingly mundane moments with the highest gratitude possible. Sometimes you hold the key to making someone's day. Every day is a great day to celebrate, give, and show love to one another. And yes, don't get me wrong, it is of great value to honor the women in our lives and societies, not just this month, but every chance we get. Remember, they need not have done something significant in order to receive our gratitude. It can be the seemingly mundane dinners, laundries, errands, or childcare. The true heroes are in our households, communities, and everyday lives. So, to close my International Women's Month sentiments, I'd like to share 2 final points on this matter. One is, if you've not watched the movie Long Walk to Freedom, I would like to highly encourage you to do so. And when you do, pay close attention to the character of Mama Winnie, the mother of South Africa and the only reason why the world knew of and celebrates Nelson Mandela. 2, I would like to take this moment to hold a woman in my life in the highest frequency of gratitude, with the hope that it will inspire you to do the same for the women in your life. Now, why this moment of gratitude for my mother, you ask? Before I explain, let me preface this with the fact that the average cost of a funeral in South Africa is 26,000 rands, which makes South Africa the 4th most expensive place on the planet to die. The average cost of dying across the world is about 10% of the average individual's salary, whereas in South Africa, it is 13% of an individual's salary. So, a little background to my mom. My mother is the 3rd born of 4 children. When she was 20 years old, her father passed away and she single-handedly raised the money for her father's burial. When she was 28 years old, her mother passed away and she again single-handedly raised the money for her mother's burial. Once my mother's parents were deceased, she took on the responsibilities of caring for her siblings. In 2013, her older sister passed away, and yes, my mother single-handedly raised the funds for her sister's burial. In 2015, her younger brother passed away, and again, my mother single-handedly raised the funds for her brother's burial. 2 years ago, she bought a car for her older brother so he could have easier transportation to and from work. Last year, she bought her nephew a car so he could start a transportation business and make an income. A month ago, she completed a building project in the village of Mpho. The project was a 2-bedroom home for the wife and 4 children of her late brother. These are just some of the highlights of the unwavering, kind-spirited work my mother dedicates her life to. Now, as a close contact, I have seen her lose sleep and stress over the details of how to execute and complete these projects. The reason I believe in the existence of heroes in our households, communities, and everyday lives is because of women like my mother. The ones who could have long made the Forbes list of rich people, but choose to use their savings, salaries, and any other income to move the people in their lives and in their communities forward. My mother is the epitome of the statement solid gold. Now I encourage you to take a look at your life and search for the heroes in your household and community. Write them a letter or send them a text message. It can be something as simple as using the words, "I have no idea how much effort it takes to complete the tasks you do. I am in awe, not just of your commitment to get things done, but how you seldom complain. You are remarkable, and I am proud to be a witness of all of the phenomenal work you do." Make it specific. Give it your flavor. Just say thank you in an intentional manner. Before we wrap this episode up, yes, it is a really short episode. I wanted to talk about a matter that has been weighing heavy on my heart and mind. In the last few weeks, I have seen several Instagram posts from friends I follow and know personally, and these posts had captions expressing a decline in their mental health. I called and spoke with 3 of these friends, and I was heartbroken to know the details of the mental health challenges that they're experiencing. A while back, it became undeniably evident that my generation is suffocating under the expectations of family members, career, relationships, and society in general. We are in desperate need of support and a listening ear. The conversations my friends and I had about mental health and challenges inspired the desire to create a few podcast episodes dedicated to discussing topics such as: what does an anxiety or panic attack feel like? Is it the same experience for everyone? Antidepressants, to take them or not to take them? How can we pursue and maintain our mental health? And therapists, what is your experience? What are some of the stigmas associated with seeing a therapist? Now, I don't have definitive solutions. What I do know is we need to talk. Conversations like this help us realize that we're not in the struggle alone. Hence, if you are listening to this in agreement and would love to collaborate with me on content creation or being a guest on this series of conversations, then please send us an email expressing your interest. Our email address is journeywithmpho@gmail.com. That's the name of the show, journeywithmpho@gmail.com. I would also love to interview someone currently working in the mental health field, so if you are that person or know someone, then kindly send theirs or your contact information via email too. Okay, friends and family, this wraps up our episode for this week. I have enjoyed my time with you, and I hope you've enjoyed your time with me. Remember to be kind to everyone, because we have no idea what people are going through. Check on your strong friends, always, and create safe spaces for them to entrust you with their vulnerability. Until next time, Maholokwe, Geotaba, Rebuile, Aloha.